show is. It's not a show. It's a stream. We're streaming together, you and I. You didn't know you were streaming, but think about it. If I'm streaming to you, that means you must be receiving the stream. Therefore, the information that's coming your way is being streamed through your brain. This is a stretch. Hey, look who's still here. For those of you keeping score, this is Sophie. And she was only supposed to be here for a weekend a number of weeks ago. And we thought for sure yesterday or today was going to be Sophie Go Home Day. But guess what? Sophie's still here. Undarafa Kitri Jane and hello Kathy. We've got the regular gang rushing in. You just missed Tracy. Tracy just dropped off some groceries and had to get on her way to her home. Hi, Amy. I'm just checking in because, and I'm doing some fun tests, which only I can appreciate, and that's the way it always goes. So, as you may or may not know or care, yeah, we're upgrading. Hey, Jason, we're receiving your energy through your streams. Good. Well, I hope it's good, positive energy, and it results in nothing but greatness for all involved. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So, as you know, we're upgrading the Bob Doyle Show. It's work in progress. I'm testing all sorts of things right now. I'm using a ring light, which you can see the reflection of, that one of the two. But I'm in my office, my other studio, and we were playing with, it's turned out to be a little bit more of a, Steve, yes, I know you can appreciate test. Right now the test is I'm going 60 frames per second, I think, on this webcam. And this is just the old C920. And I'm hoping that it looks as good out there as it does right here. It should look smooth and sharp, and at least it does here. But this isn't the camera that we're upgrading to. This is actually the camera that we have upgraded to. It is the Sony a6100. And I've got basically all the equipment I need, the new lights, new microphones. I've got, now I'm not going to use them all the time, but we now have wireless lavalier mics so that we have a little bit of flexibility. They're not going to sound as good as this one, so we'll keep using this one. Hi, Bob. Well, this is nothing. This was a throwaway test. I'm just in my office, and I was trying to trying to play with colored lighting. Oh, that's the other thing we still need more of. Colored lighting, and we've got a whole shelving idea and stuff. The studio piece is still very much in progress. Loretta! I'll tell you the Sophie story in a moment. She's not our dog, but she's been here for a month. And we got another week with her. And yes, I'm attached. And now she can go up and down stairs. So that's one of the things that was bugging me about her that is no longer an issue. But anyway, but I need one more piece of equipment to actually plug this new camera into a computer so that I can stream with it. So right now I'm still just using the webcam. And but because everything is so far behind me, it is giving a little tiny bit of the now see this comment here, keep testing, that could be taken in so many ways, like looks terrible, you better keep testing, or hey, keep testing, we're enjoying it. Now there is a smiley face there with the sunshine, so maybe it's and also the 60 frames per second. I've never done that with this camera before. I didn't even know it would, and I've decided to all my streams will be 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I just wanted to test it. But I'll be doing that with this camera. And the new camera will make a super awesome depth of field, but this one's not bad. But anyway, the big challenge, okay, thank you. We got clarification. Enjoying it. Yeah, the whole design of the set is way up in the air. We just know we need more colored lights, and we've got some ideas for some movable shelves, and we're probably not going to go out this way. You know what? We just don't freaking know. We may go right back into the other studio. One of the things we're going to test is, because I wanted to get away from green screen. And the reason I wanted to get away from green screen is because, quite frankly, when you look at it up close, it's not great. And we're talking to people about doing a show on real television. We got 2 different network opportunities, but I'm not sending them the other Bob Doyle show, because if you see it on a TV screen, they're going to go, what is that, a webcam? I can't. I won't. So that's one of the big impetuses. Sounds like a medical problem. For the up level. But now I'm thinking, well, if the new camera makes the chroma key look literally professional, well, but I want both. I want a practical set, because I bought, anyway, I want both. I want a practical set. Not this. This is, the thing is, this is just a curtain that looks terrible during the day when the sun shines through. It looks horrible. But at night, it was kind of working. So I just played with the contrast on the C920 and the lighting with the ring light. It looks pretty good, I think. We'll see. For a webcam. For a webcam. But other than that, we're literally planning weekly show sets. Let me start that whole sentence over. Well, no more dancers at the well. I don't know. That has yet to be determined. The advantage of the circle light. So I've got two of them. They're adjustable in brightness. I can't reach it easily without standing up right now. Adjustable in brightness, nice even light. Comes with like a little cloth thing to soften it up a little bit. But I think and then also, you're not gonna be able to see it here, and certainly not with my eyes. It's never gonna work well for me with glasses, but if you've ever seen somebody in this kind of a setting, but a little closer to the camera, where there's a ring light right there, the ring light has a mount for a camera on it, like inside the ring, so that it's right there, and you're right there, well then you get that little cool halo of light in your eye, and it just makes you look super cool. But I can't do it because my glasses. So I either have to lose the glasses to do it, which I'm not prepared to do. I just got these things and I love them. Or I just have to let Tracy look great in the light when she does her own solo things, which I'm convinced she will. So yeah, I've got a whole wall of ukuleles in the bedroom, but I'm not gonna dismount them all and do a wall. But that would be really cool, right? What do you think? What? No, I didn't think of that. Yeah. No. You know, you give them an inch, they take a yard, and they poop in it. That was a joke. You wouldn't get it because you're a dog, and you don't get human humor. Similar to how my Russian audiences don't get Bob Doyle humor. Thank you, Loretta. I'll pass that on. Loretta, where have you been in the mornings? Of course, we're not doing that anymore for a while. And I don't think when the show comes back it'll be in the mornings. I think it will be some other time than the morning, and I don't know when. And it's going to be a totally different deal, I think. Well, it'll be different in the fact that it'll be weekly, it'll be an hour, and there'll be a set format. But, you know, who knows? It might just be more of the same tomfoolery, just hopefully looks better. But Tracy and I were hoping to go live every day still. We said we would. And it just hasn't. Tracy is super busy. And I've got my stuff. We both have our own things that are keeping our days filled. And then it just gets to be time to doing the live, and she literally has meetings into the evening sometimes, and then just sometimes it doesn't get done. And we've done a couple sitting on the couch in there, downstairs, but I know, we're not keeping up. And I feel shiny. Why? I'll tell you why. Echo, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 82 degrees.
Yeah, I just said bye to Tracy for 30 seconds outside, and it's 103 at 8 something. No bueno. It was 110 like 45 minutes ago. Kathy can probably relate. I don't know. But it's hot. Tracy's back. Thanks for asking, Jane. So Tracy's been going to therapy, physical therapy, for a while. She had like a 30-something session protocol, and I think she's in her 20s now in the protocol. And she happened to mention yesterday that this is the first time that she left there without being achy or, from the therapy's pretty intense. They put her in this thing, this traction thing, and stretch her in this. That's not fun. And she's trying to get me to do it now. Because I got neck and shoulder issues, as you can probably see. Anybody who knows that stuff probably looks at me on video and goes, God, that guy, he needs 8 adjustments, which is not an understatement. Right? Now, you got to know that Sophie loves Tracy more. And that's not a jealousy thing, that's just she's known her more. So when there's like a choice of who to follow in the house, she'll go follow Tracy. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Not my dog. Just an observation to lead up to. So when Tracy comes here, whenever she leaves to go to the store or to go to physical therapy or to go home for the weekends, which is the worst one because, well, of course she's not here, so boo-hoo, right? But the dog, I have to listen to the whimpering. I just realized I'm doing 1080p, but Facebook doesn't do 1080p. Or does it? I don't think it does. So this may look great over on YouTube, but God knows what it looks like over on the Book of Face. I guess I could look. We're just hanging out, right? You don't care. This isn't like a real show. And I would do this on the real show anyway. Right? If I want to go somewhere on the show. Now, I don't think I can do that in the new format. I don't know. I don't want to get too rigid, It's still got to be the Bob Doyle show. All right, I'm going to my timeline here. Let's see what it looks like. Oh. Let's see it big. And I would do this on the real show anyway. Yeah, right. If I want to go somewhere on, it's not the crisp. I don't think I can do that in the new that format I was hoping for. But I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't want to get too. It's way better than normal. Now let me go to YouTube. Sorry about that. And see what it looks like there, because that should be. It's way better than normal. Now let me go to YouTube. Sorry about that. I'm such a goober. And see what it looks like there, because that should be. Well, you know what? Given that it is a freaking webcam, and not the A6100 yet, look at all your comments over here on YouTube. Because I know you're on Facebook, but it sends them over here. I'm not set up to do a screen share, or I'd prove I'm not lying to you. Because I know that's what you're all thinking. Liar! It is dark on the right side because that's a curtain. It a curtain blocking the light. So that's why. I was trying to figure out what could I put there up against the curtain for now that would be cool. But because I don't have a full-size R2-D2 model, obviously the only answer was nothing. I can put nothing there because the only right thing to put there is a full-sized R2-D2 model. Right? With the light on. And maybe every now and then the head circles around. So, speak R2-D2. But he's on the dark side. What? What's going on here? Is this whole thing just a big opportunity to make Star Wars references? It's hard to say. Because I'll never tell one way or the other. You could say, well, Bob, obviously you didn't do that. You're just saying that to be funny, but you don't know that. You don't know it with 100% certainty. You may have 99.99999%. But if I was to take a piece of paper and just lift it up right now, when I clearly haven't had time to write on it, and say I'm going to make Star Wars references at some point during the live, then would you be impressed? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Okay. This is what happens when I have a dog. It sits in my lap like a white fuzzy log. Oh, I was trying to make a rhyme and I stumbled over a word. Ugh, I should get my license revoked. Let me show you something. Hold on. Turn around and look at everybody. Now look in the camera. There you go. This is what I have to contend with. This, looking at me. Laying on her back, letting me rub her tummy like this. What would you do? That's right, nothing. We got one for yeses. Have I checked out TikTok? Yes. It's, you know what? Besides the fact that there's all the controversy around it, it's like too perfect for me. There's way too much going on in that app. Way too much. If I would have to I'd get obsessed with it. There's just too much. They put too much in it, and now I just can't. I used to be way into Dub Smash, but I think they've taken it up several levels, and I don't know. Is she a... Okay, I know what you mean, like a Bichon, but you wrote Bison, which, of course, doesn't look anything like this. Unless there's a breed of bison that I am not aware of. Of which I am not aware. Sorry, don't want to use improper English. I just wish that she didn't have the weepy eyes. It needs to be cut off. But try going towards a bison with a pair of scissors. She's all calm. She lets Tracy cut her hair here and a little bit around here. But boy, you try and get that black stuff off her eye and mama. Autocorrect. Right, I got it. Bob, their arms aren't supposed to go like that. I know. It's a doll. Well, it may as well be, with how it does this all the time. You know, I've always been a dog fan, many of you know that. And revisiting dog ownership the past month has made me remember that dogs, and I guess cats, Jane, just the minute your brain, your body is releasing all this, I don't know if it's dopamine, oxytocin, whatever. It's releasing hormones like, I guess it's oxytocin, I don't know, love hormones, where you just feel good. Like, you could, if you're having a terrible day, you're guaranteed to feel a little bit better at least when you hold a pet. And especially if it just like does this, you know, angel eyes. We may look into it, but the thing is, I keep thinking that we're going to give her back tomorrow. So why would we go to all this? And yet, she's still here. Angel eyes. What do you think? Does that sound good? You don't know what they... Because she's a dog, you see. She wouldn't know about store-bought products. She just had a little bit of rotisserie chicken. And I'll tell you a secret. So did I. Now, that may not mean anything to many of you, but I've been 99.9999999.9% meat-free since meeting Tracy. I never made a declaration that I'm a vegetarian or anything. It's just because we're together all the time. She doesn't eat meat, so I don't eat meat. It's out of respect. And I realized there's plenty of options, and I don't need to eat meat. But recently, my body has been telling me otherwise. Like I just have this thing in my head that says, Bob, you're going to have to eat some of that. My face is all thin and I'm eating, but I just feel like my body's saying, eat a little something. So Tracy and her, she's so awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what it is to get a vegetarian, what it is to ask, and I didn't ask, to have a vegetarian go buy meat at a store? That's... Now, truth be told, she bought the chicken more for the dog than me. But also for me, because we've been talking about it over the past few days, because I've really been feeling like something's not right, and I just have been having these weird cravings, which I hadn't had. I look healthier. Well, that's just love, Loretta. But trust me, I don't feel like I'm unhealthy. I'm just saying that I just am feeling a little like, I don't know. I have no idea if there's any validity to this theory at all. Anyway, so I'm giving her a little rotisserie chicken, which was one of my favorite things. And I had some chicken. And it's the first time in a long time. So we'll see what happens. And she also bought me salmon, because I was saying, well, maybe I could just grill a salmon, because I love grilled salmon. And that's not as, it's fish. And she bought me that too. She even got pork rinds. Now that That's what and Amy, that's exactly what I said. I told her, I said, first of all, I had to get her attention because she's a busy bee trying to get out of here. And I just said, what you did with this shopping trip, the I love yous I feel as I unpack these bags, I just want you to know I appreciate it. I see it and I appreciate it. Because when I saw the pork rinds, I'm going, I didn't ask for that and she didn't need to do that, but she knew I used to really like them. A particular brand. But it was the thought that counts. So, yep, she's pretty extraordinary, and she's gone for the weekend. Thanks for bringing it up. You guys, now I'm just, this is why I have to live stream. I have to, because otherwise I have to ease into alone, right? You have her here all week, and then not, and so you just go, how was it? How was what? So I'm talking about, look at this. Tracy's mom and sister here, and I'm just gushing all over her. As it should be. Right? Still here. And look at those dirty paws. We've given her like 3 or 4 baths in the month that she's been here. But she's white dog, and she just picks up everything. Including our hearts, am I right? Oh, so how was it? Oh, the chicken. It was good. That's how it was. I only had like a couple of tears of it. I didn't want to overdo it. You hear stories, right? So I don't want to do that. But it is pretty good, and I'm going to eat it again. Because she can't add that whole chicken to herself. That would be very selfish, Sophie. Sorry. She gave me a look like, what? Like she didn't get my sarcasm. As I was saying before, dogs, they just don't get it. Yep, sometimes I just go live and just, this is it. One of the things I'm very excited about with the new camera is the autofocus. So first of all, we'll have the great fuzzy depth of field back there. Trust me, it's going to look amazing. But also, if I say, hey, look at this thing. The webcam is not even set for autofocus, so it's not going to lock in. But this camera just goes zip, and it looks awesome. I take it away, and then zip, my face is back in focus. Trust me, it looks amazing. You may not know why, but psychologically, you'll go, I don't know what it is about that, but that looked pretty good. Perfect for ASMR videos. You thought we'd forgotten. Well, it's not that we've forgotten, but we haven't talked about it in a long time. So many things happening. But hey, it could be worse. Nothing could be happening. All right, well, I guess we should go home. Right? Because you gotta probably do something. And I need to get some mochi. You know what I'm saying? Had rotisserie chicken, now for some mochi. Mango, strawberry, cookie dough, chocolate chip. What flavor would you choose of mochi? Which I didn't know existed until 2 months ago or whatever it was. All right, it's time for everybody to say goodbyes. So if you're still watching, say goodbye to everybody so it appears in the comments and, so everybody feels attended to. And then I'll end the stream, and then I'll let it sit there for a second, then I'll look at it back and see how it actually looks on the other side of Facebook processing and YouTube processing. But again, this is a webcam. I don't know what I'm expecting. But when this gets plugged in, oh, baby. And so I won't be able to do that for another, thank you, Jane. I won't be able to plug this in. That little piece is back ordered until the 8th or something. So somewhere between the 8th and the 10th. And then I get to do full-on tests, so, with the new camera. Fascinating, right? Like, edge of your seat stuff. Okay, now only Jane has said goodbye. Is that because only Jane has left? And how was the music? Was it invasive? Amy, thank you. Or was it just right? I like to think it was just right. Like that you heard it, but it was just right. So we've heard from Jane and Amy. Jamie, if you will. Can we hear from Jameril? Music just right. Thank you, Jane. All right. Well, I think my work here is done. And it wasn't work at all. It was a pure pleasure. It was fun. It was just exactly what it needed to be. A test that I could share with you. Okay. I'm going to push this button once and then I have to press it twice. So let's pose with a picture. Now, Sophie, I need you to look in the camera.